Straight ahead on UT Today, an update on a story we brought to you a few weeks ago about fracking. Hear what officials in Nashville decided about the project. Also, Sex Week at UT is receiving national recognition. Students have strong opinions about the event and the stimulating activities surrounding it. And UT football is breaking ground in the recruiting world because of Twitter. That's right, UT's coaching staff is taking advantage of the popular social media website, and this attention to tweets is truly paying off. We have the details coming up. Welcome to UT Today. I'm Emily Chastain. Thanks for joining us. UT will move forward with its gas and oil project after gaining approval Friday from the State Building Commission Executive Subcommittee in Nashville. The gas and oil project will allow private companies to drill and frack on UT's Cumberland Forest property. UT hopes the project will provide more information about the fracking process and ways to improve it. Funds generated from the project will go back into the Institute of Agriculture's research. An advisory council has been assigned to the project. The members can be found on the project's page at ag.tennessee.edu. UT is now one of 10 universities that will have participated in an educational movement that began at Yale University in 2002. Anna Patterson has the story.
Sex is everywhere, and as the signs on campus read, it's getting everyone's attention. From condom roses on pedestrian walkway to the release of events to come, students on campus know what's coming April 5th.
Sounds like it'll be a little bit of fun or a little bit weird. I haven't decided yet.
I'm probably not going to participate in any of it because it's not really a problem for me.
Usually people hear Sex Week, they get a little awkward, but it's really, all the promotions are really colorful. Some of the things are fun, like Sexiest of All or Best Looking of All or whatever like that.
I think it's good that it's being talked about, and it's no longer something that's, kind of like taboo.
I feel like if people are passing out free condoms, that's the only time you'll really see anyone participate.
Sounds like an educational thing that I can learn something about my life and my religious views on the subject, and maybe have a nice health screening to make myself feel better about myself. Maybe pass something for once in my life.
Some of the events students can expect are lectures titled How Many Licks Does It Take? From a Rocky Bottom to a Rocky Top, The Birds, the Bees, and the Bible, and Man Up, to name a few.
I like the lick thing. That was funny.
The names definitely might be a little out there, but the overall idea is fine with me.
They sound, interesting and fun, and so it'll be good to see, what they end up being like.
And the movement is gaining national attention. On March 15th, Cosmopolitan magazine published an article about Sex Week. The author wrote, quote, "We want to have sex with University of Tennessee's Sex Week. But the goal of the week is to educate people about sex and promote healthy behaviors." For UT Today, I'm Anna Patterson.
Stay tuned. UT Today will tell you what the co-founders have to say about the event, and will be bringing the events to you during Sex Week. And now an update on a parking story we brought to you a couple of weeks ago. Students have a difficult time finding parking when UT Athletics brings thousands of die-hard fans to campus. We spoke with Parking Services about the solutions to the problem.
For University of Tennessee senior Devin Hayner, the challenge of night classes is more than just staying awake. As a commuter to UT, she finds it difficult to find parking on campus for her evening classes, especially on days when UT hosts sporting events.
Even students with commuter passes, their parking is taken during these game times, and so a lot of them, that's the reason they bought a commuter pass, is so they have guaranteed parking when they need it.
UT is lacking in the amount of parking spots available to students on campus, in part because of widespread construction efforts. This problem only grows for students with night classes because commuter lots normally reserved for students are turned into public parking for events.
People that have season passes get to park there, but students that are trying to get to their classes, the main reason they go to UT, can't even find somewhere to park.
Several UT students have taken to Facebook and Twitter to voice their frustrations with parking around campus, especially out-of-state student Chandler Lennon.
I just think it's really frustrating when I'm an out-of-state student, so my tuition is astronomical and I can't park where I want to, especially when I have a parking pass on top of the tuition that I pay.
Lennon says parking facilities should be used for education purposes only.
Using the facilities for academics. I'm not trying to go to the game. I think they need to be more aware of the amount of students that have night classes.
Parking and Transit Services Director Mark Hare says that they do take into consideration students who have night classes and have made accommodations to help with convenience and safety.
We do make special provisions for evening school students to be able to park in Lot 9 and Lot 23, so we've made provisions that we can accommodate both basketball parking and parking for students.
But students like Hayner say that these lots aren't enough and that students need to take more of a priority now.
It's where we go to school and we have classes, so I think that we should take priority over UT sports.
For UT Today, I'm Hannah Gordon.
Administration hopes that more parking spaces on campus will not only make it easier for students and faculty to park their cars, but also allow the university to attract even more visitors for special events like charity fundraisers. Although the University of Tennessee's men's basketball team did not make it to the NCAA tournament, March Madness can still be found on Fraternity Row. Jackie Del Pilar has a story.
It's March Madness for Greek organizations on campus, and this time it's for a good cause. Phi Sigma Kappa Fraternity has kicked off their first ever basketball tournament for the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research.
Jimmy V, he was a famous coach who defined all odds. He took his team to national championship, and at the same time, he was fighting multiple tumors around his body.
Jimmy V's story, along with many personal connections to loved ones battling cancer, inspired the men to host this event.
We've had some people as of recent with some friends who've been diagnosed with cancer, and it kind of just hit a note in our head. Why don't we try to get back to some of our friends, and we want to do this event.
Sorority women competing in the tournament hope to emerge victoriously, but are glad to contribute to the foundation regardless of the results.
It's such a great day to be outside, and I'm so glad to be here supporting my friends. It's beautiful out here.
This is for a really good cause, and they supported us a lot in our philanthropy event, and I think it's really important to raise money and awareness for the different events around campus.
The week includes several events to raise money for the foundation, including a brother auction and beauty pageant. The brothers hope to raise thousands of dollars for the cause.
Right now, we're looking to at least raise $5,000. We're hoping to hit the $7,000 mark, but $5,000 is our low estimation point, and we're hoping to write the check here in a few days to Jimmy V.
Aside from financial results, the brothers hope to raise awareness to the foundation and to spread Jimmy V's famous message, to not give up. Don't ever give up. For UT Today, I'm Jackie Del Pilar.
This is Phi Sig's first year to host the event, but they hope to continue it in years to come. In sports news, the Vols football team just secured two of the class of 2014's top recruits in Jalen Hurd and Todd Kelly Jr. But one of the methods they used to bring them to Rocky Top might sound surprising. Chris Del Sordo and Sammy Kincaid have more.
The voices echoing throughout Neyland Stadium have been clamoring for another national championship to add to the team's collection.
Butch Jones and the rest of the new coaching staff, along with the select senior, have been utilizing a new method to get them that championship.
Yeah, everything's out there on Twitter now, so it's easy to keep up with it. So out there, I look at that more than the internet now.
And he's not alone. In fact, so many people stay logged on Twitter that it became a part of the Vols recruiting strategy.
I think Butch Jones and all the coaches, they would announce each player that they received the fax to Twitter. That was like the first time I ever seen like a school do that, so that was pretty cool. Embracing the social media, and I think the fans are loving it. It's like they're being brought along the ride with us.
If fans are being brought along for the ride, then Byron's the one driving the car. His Twitter already drew over 8,000 followers before he traded in his UT defensive back hat for a UT public relations hat.
I just look at, once I leave here, I want to make sure that, Tennessee still has great players. So if I can do my part while I'm playing here now to make sure once I leave that it's another great recruiting class coming in after me, I'm just going to do whatever I can to help out the coaches.
Helping out the coaches with Twitter probably isn't something many Vol fans expect to take up the time of a senior safety. But as Daily Beacon assistant sports editor Austin Bornheim says, it's par for the course with the new coaching staff.
Austin got to sit down with Coach Jones and discuss his approach to Twitter and recruiting, and his discovery was merely a byproduct of keeping with the times.
His response as well was kind of just like a no-brainer. Like, I can't really tell you when I did it, or like he didn't give me like a set date, or like this happened. He was like, it just makes sense. He was like, you just see the progression of the way the world's going, and it just makes sense.
It made sense for Moore as well. The way he saw it, what better way to reach out to potential recruits like Jalen Hurd and Todd Kelly Jr. than through Twitter?
I just, seeing what guys tweet that they just got offered from Tennessee, and I'll see that, and I'll hit them up, or just seeing whoever the fans are blowing up, and I'll try to send them something else too.
For UT Today, I'm Chris Del Sordo.
And I'm Sammy Kincaid.
Coach Jones's Twitter prowess has caught the eye of many tweeters, as he has just surpassed 71,000 followers to his account. He can be followed at UT Coach Jones. Byron Moore hopes to one day have more followers than Coach Jones. And while he's currently 62,000 behind, you can help him catch up by following him at BMooreBFL3. While many students were getting ready to roll out of bed at 7:02 this morning, winter officially turned to spring. Spring got off to a less than stellar start this morning with below freezing temperatures in some parts of the country. Reporter Chris Welch has more.
When Punxsutawney Phil showed up last month, he told us to prep for an early spring. Well, Punxsutawney Phil might be full of you-know-what. Today is the official first day of spring, but winter's grip appears far from over. From the Midwest to New England, late-season winter storms bringing as much as 15 inches of snow in some areas, leading to another round of school closures and travel nightmares. In Maine, this was the scene on the roads earlier this week. Worcester, Massachusetts saw one of its snowiest winters on record with totals of more than 100 inches. 6 of those fell this week. To add insult to injury, all you have to do is think back to exactly 1 year ago. We were in a heat wave. Sneakers replaced snowshoes in Boston, and this was the scene in Manchester, New Hampshire. No snow, maybe just a snow cone. It was so warm in Fargo, North Dakota, this man could ice fish without bundling up. This year, that's not the case. So why the contrast? CNN meteorologist Chad Myers.
Many students will soon be leaving the bipolar Knoxville temperatures to enjoy much warmer weather. Spring break starts in just 2 days, and students could not be more thrilled.
Every March, college students everywhere put away their notes for a week-long escape known as spring break. And students at the University of Tennessee are preparing for a break of their own.
My spring break plans are pretty boring. Just doing some work.
I'm just going to Destin. We own a house down there. I'm bringing a couple guys with me.
I'm going back home to Memphis, where I haven't been since Christmas break, and I'm just going to sleep the whole time.
I'm just going home for spring break because I'm going to be gone all summer and won't be able to go home again, so I figured I'd go see them and get my clothes.
Whether they're headed home or to a tropical paradise, I think they can all agree on one thing.
To not have anything to worry about, that's really all I'm excited for. Like no tests, no position responsibilities or anything like that, so that's pretty much it.
That's all for us this week at UT Today. I'm Emily Chastain. Have a great spring break.